Hello and welcome to Let Supreme Ghost, the Black Parade. It almost feels a little weird saying that after all this time. I don't know how many years I've talked about this this fan campaign on my channel. Probably for all 7 years it's been in production. So it's been a long road, but I'm happy to finally be starting this campaign. I assume that most of you watching either have played it or are in the middle of playing it as you're watching this, or maybe some of you are not planning on playing it at all, maybe because you don't play fan missions, I'm not sure. But if you are somebody who are thinking about playing it, then I don't want to spoil it for you. So please go and start it, see if it's something for you, and then come back and watch it. If you for some reason just have stumbled upon this video by accident, you know, we all love YouTube's algorithms, then I primarily play fan missions for Thief. And that's what this is. This is a 10-mission fan-made campaign, the biggest and most anticipated release in the fan community since the original games. And it's released as an unofficial expansion to Thief Gold. So it was released on Thief the Dark Project's 25th anniversary on November 30th. So it's definitely an homage to the first game. So it's made with a lot of those stock resources, but also a lot of new stuff that have been put in, but not overly so. It is very clearly made, you know, as a love letter to the original game from 1998. It's made by a group of authors. I'm going to credit all of them properly in the video description so I don't forget anybody here, but it's spearheaded by Skacky for sure. He was the one who made the initial announcement back in, was it 2016? Something like that. So yeah, we're not playing as Garrett, we're playing as Hume. A different protagonist, but it is set in the city. And although it doesn't tie perfectly in with canon, because there are also other fan missions that have been used to sort of expand on the city, on the lore, and I have played the vast majority of those missions already on my channel. Missions by the likes of Skacky, DRK, Milan, things like that. And that's also the style that you're going to see, at least in this mission here to begin with, and probably throughout the entire campaign. As of recording this, I'm currently playing Mission 3. So I have played and ghosted the first two. And you're not going to get disappointed with this first mission. It's an excellent start. So, without further ado, let us just get started. We're going to watch the briefing here to begin with.
I've never liked the city, but it's the only place I would ever call home. I was sold into forced labor when I was a kid, working in dilapidated manufactories and workshops. I guess I would have lived my whole life like that, had I not been good enough a sneak as to join the Guild of Thieves and Assassins a few years later, taking a few jobs ranging from street muggings to infiltrating posh estates. For the first time in my life, I felt I was good at something. I once stole a little trinket that reacts to light, and I was able to go anywhere unnoticed with it. But I was careless, and that won me a 7-year exile to the ore mines in the mountain ranges up north. It could have been worse. I could have ended up in Craig's Cleft and lost a limb to the hammerites' brand of justice. It took me years to escape, but now I'm back. Everything has changed. I recognize nothing. These old streets that once seemed familiar are now darker and more twisted. And by the looks of it, the city has become even more dangerous than it was before. The hammers prowl the streets like ravens looking for eyes to pluck, and rogues haunt the narrow back streets like rats. I need money, food, and a place to crash. So naturally, I need to find my old associate Dahlquist. We used to operate from a small borough within Newmarket called Whitebell, and I've heard that nowadays he runs an orphanage of some sort. Whitebell is closed at night, so I'll have to sneak around and get past the gate that separates Southquarter and Newmarket. The police in Southquarter shouldn't bother me as long as I don't do anything illegal and go somewhere I'm not supposed to. But I should be wary of the coppers in Whitebell. Thankfully, they're not too sharp, and they don't really venture too much in the darkest areas of the district, where most of Whitebell's finest thugs live. Slipping by these guys unnoticed shouldn't be too difficult, and it'll be a nice training if I want to resume my life of crime. Did the Baron's dog's bodies think that my forced toil was going to put an end to my activity? I'll be back in business soon enough.
So, first mission, return to the city. Find a way around the gate separating Southquarter and Newmarket and get into Newmarket's Whitebell district. Once in Whitebell, find your old associate Sebastian Dahlquist. He apparently runs an orphanage of some sort somewhere there. You'll need quite a sum of money if you want to survive. 850 should make the point. The last thing you want is more attention on yourself. Don't kill anyone. Okay, so before we start, like I said, a very good first mission. This mission can be perfect Supreme Ghosted, actually. It is on the easier side, but it's not too easy. Supreme Ghosting is difficult. If you're not familiar with Supreme Ghosting, that's how sort of my playstyle or my videos stand out from others. I play with a very restrictive playstyle. The official rule set you can see in the video description, but we can't do things like remove light sources. We can't use moss arrows. We certainly can't blackjack anybody. And we are not allowed to be detected, even in the slightest. We can't even get a comment. So I'm going to do some reloading. If I fail, I won't edit that out, so it'll be a full raw video here. I assume most of you at least have watched some of my content before. So yeah, there we are. Now, we are playing, like I said, as Hume. And let me make a save first here. We're playing as Hume, so we are not someone who's been trained by the Keepers, which means that we're not as stealthy as Garrett was. And practically what that means for us is guards, if they bump into us, they will detect us. So if we touch them, then they will feel us and alert. So we can't do that. And that eliminates things like nudging or other methods that really aren't allowed in Supreme anyway. We have the compass. We start with one healing potion. That's it. We do not have lockpicks in this mission. We will get those later on, but not. And we don't have a rope arrow either in this mission. So we have a very, very good map. There are close-ups, but I don't think that's needed really. And you can see everything fairly clearly here. We start where it says start here. Southquarter is this section, and as Hume said in the intro, the guards will not detect us there, or they're neutral, which means that unless we use a weapon or go somewhere we're not supposed to, break in somewhere, for example, they will not alert to us. You have Whitebell Gate here, where we cannot go through. There are mainly two ways into Newmarket. One is through the old factory, that's the way I'm going to take, and you can go through the power station as well and emerge in the streets here. There's Cattermole Manor, which should be lucrative. There's some loot you can find in there. And then it's the reminder that they're not hostile on this side. Smokestack Street is the main street in this area. There's a pub. Yeah, this is a public workstation. This gear symbol was established by Milan, I think, in Bad Debts, or at least some of his earlier missions. And that's been used here and also been used by Skacky in several of his missions. The gatehouse is likely to be heavily guarded here. Yes, this gatehouse and the adjoining sort of guard quarters here, which actually goes above ground, is one of the most trafficated interior areas. A lot of traffic of guards in there. In Newmarket, we need to end up in the orphanage, and this is sort of a loop. You can go all the way around here. So you can come from the southeast or the southwest and enter the orphanage from there. There's a pawn shop where there's quite a bit of loot, and this general area here is very difficult. Poulter's Lane has a lot of patrollers. There are some shade around, but not too much. Downlock Gate is not one that we can go through. Okay, I think that's it. See what we got here, so we don't have to worry too much in this area. There's a conversation we're going to listen to right away here.
Everything is getting more and more expensive. It's becoming harder to live. Now I understand why coin fakers are so prevalent.
I can't say this aloud, but I think all that is caused by the reminting that's been going on since we've gone to war.
Yes, they're shams, with copper and lead mixed inside. Of course that'll make the price of gold go down.
I guess even the Baron's purse is strained. He may be trying to whitewash it, but we're the ones that end up suffering for it.
She won't alert us either. She has a key, a servant's key. We will not need to get that. And in here, there's a bell here, but there's some foods, cabbage, cucumber, carrots, and but no loot in here. This is a business, not a charity. You touch it, you buy it, food shop owner. So if you touch this, then he actually will alert to us.
Help! Burglars!
Like that. Don't really know why, because won't you have to pick it up to bring it to the counter and place it there to pay for it? I don't know. Anyway. Let's see. There are some posters and stuff around. Bills of mortality. But this is just decorative, really. It's not really important. So this is then White Bell Gate.
Well, no point in trying to open that gate. I need to find a way around it.
Yeah. So here's a door that's locked. So notice here. This passage to White Bell in South Newmarket is closed at night. No citizens will be admitted unless they secure passage from the night sergeant. Let's read these also. Felonies committed and misadventures that happened within the ward of Cellarmaster's Fair, and a proclamation made against the vagrants of White Bell. Be it remembered that on Steam's Day, right after the Mass of St. Aaron, Jerome the coppermonger was arrested for selling 150 worth of copperware made of strange foreign metals. Joyce, wife of Daubernon, shall be put upon the cucking stool on the 27th of Sones for making a false charge against Marjorie Lagrange. Fruiteress, accusing her of practicing pagan sorcery and palm reading. The infamous John Hartzman was arrested and shall be transferred to Craigsleft prison for disrespect and blasphemy against the goodly Father Rogerius of the Hammerite Church. So you notice here that a lot of the places that are in the city from the original game are mentioned. So this didn't say that, but this game takes place in the year 833. And although the original game never mentioned a century, the year that is mentioned in Lord Bafford's Manor, the first mission of the main game, is year 34. So I think it was Milan that first sort of coined that it was in the 800s. So he said it was 830 something and 40, depending on what year the game takes place. So, you know, that's the liberty that fans have taken, but it doesn't really matter. Forasmuch as many able-bodied men and women, who should be working but have betaken themselves out of Whitebell into the district of Runswick, and went about begging there, to the great damage of the commons, and did waste various alms, which would otherwise be given to many poor folk, such as the blind, orphans, persons oppressed with old age, and various other maladies, shall hereby leave the district of Runswick, between this very day and the month of Vindemia, on behalf of our lord the Baron, whom the builder may preserve and bless. If any such folks should be found begging after the day aforesaid, they shall be taken and put to the pillory for half a day the first time, shall remain in the stocks a whole day the second time, and shall be taken and shall remain in Pavelock for 40 days the third time. Every lawman in the district of Runswick is empowered to arrest such manner of folk. So the pillory and the stock are two very similar types of punishment. Pillory is where your head and your arms are locked into a wooden sort of a lock, an assembly that sort of holds it in place. And the stocks is the same thing, but I think for your legs, so you have to then sit or lie down. Signed, Thomas Marsham, Alderman of Cellarmaster's Fair Ward in the 24th year of the reign of Baron Bressling. So here you can see D is 500, isn't it? And then these are 100, so that's 833. That's the year we're in. Hear all. Let it be known that the judgment of the miscreant Gilel Cheruli, guilty of the following hideous crimes: poisoning the most venerable Lord Phineas, Grand Mauden, conspiracy against the Baron and the city, etc., has been passed, and the good judges of Aldale have decided on his fate after a fair and just trial. The miscreant shall be hanged till half-death at Pavelock Square, Stone Market, on the first Hammer's Day of Vindemia, on the first toll of the afternoon. Then drawn to St. Edgar's Plaza, Stone Market, and therefore quartered till death follows. His head and quarters shall be displayed on a pike for 14 days on Baron's Gate, as a fair warning to the city's enemies. The honest folk of our fair city are encouraged to attend this event. Thusly declared and written Captain Pearsall of the Baron's Police. Alright. So, tall buildings, a lot of verticality. You can't get up to all of these, but it gives you a sense of, well, you're in awe, really, of the size of the city. And that's kind of one of the things that I remember the first game sort of captured with me. In here you can find, I think it is 3 water arrows in total. Let's see. Then over here we have a broadhead arrow, and then we have a smoke bomb. That's one of the new gadgets in this game. And a smoke bomb is kind of a light version of a flash bomb. It releases smoke and it, paralyzes or stuns the enemies, but only for a second or two. So it's not really that useful, I would say. But it can also get rid of critters, I think. Like spiders will run away from it. Let's head northeast here, shall we? So, like I said, we're going to take the old factory in, and then we're going to head around town, sort of clockwise, at least to begin with. This is Smokestack Street, then. You can climb up to that hammer, and you can actually jump over to this, to these planners. They're wood, so I thought that they would be possible to climb with ropes the first time, but there are no ropes. I'm going to listen to a new conversation down here.
I miss the good old days, where we had enough equipment to smash these guys up there.
Ah, well, that's what you get with that Baron and his stupid war.
Seriously, we can't even get close to Whitebell anymore. Everybody knows it's full of rogues. and we can't even do our job.
You really want to team up with these white-ball losers? They don't even have uniforms.
Oh, excuse me, mister. I do the least amount of work and I just worry about my pay. I find myself having more consideration for my task than you do. I'd like to teach those taffers what real police brutality is, so they haunt another part of town.
Psh, at least this keeps me from ending up in a gutter.
So they're both going to take off and patrol around the streets a little bit. Doesn't really matter because they don't care about us. Notice here is a big chain. And chains used to make the same amount of noise as metal in fan missions. I don't think there really were chains in the original game. Now there's new sounds and they have been reduced a little bit. And look at this. That's pretty impressive, I must say. Here is the public works station. Can't get in there now. And this one we read, didn't we? And this one we also read. Same ones.
Someone get this taffing drunken in the garden to shut up. I'm trying to sleep in here.
Drunk that is talked about is this guy right here. And he has the key to the public works station. However, I'm not going to take that. Because then we have to block the door and return the key to his feet, and that isn't as Supreme-like as not taking the key. And since there's another way in.
Can't wait to hit the public baths. Yes, me too.
So something else guards do in this campaign is that they talk to each other. Stop and have a little line, and that is random a little bit. So now we're into this plaza here. There's absolutely nothing to do here. But this gate here you can actually open. So I guess that is a way in, technically, if you deal with this guy.
Clear out of here, rogue. This is no place for you.
That's just a scripted response, so that's not a problem. Right, some more notices here. Nothing else to do. So we're getting eased into the story here. So what we need to do, we need to get into Cattermole Manor. And there's the woman. She used the key. And she entered through this door. So we could have blocked the door. But we can also do this. She does not alert to the door. And in there you also had some fruit that you couldn't really take. Here's the key. Or second copy of a key, I should say. There's a guard in here. He does come down here, but he's not here now. Bathroom. There he is. And here's a new newspaper. The City Herald. So 8/26. 833, so this is in August of 33. Scarlet leper colony found in Craftsman Ward. The Baron's police took immediate actions after uncovering a leper den hidden in several old cellars. While the lepers were easily surrounded, one of them managed to knock one of the officers restraining him out and escaped afterwards, said Captain Pearsall. The city's benevolent hero did not answer when we asked if this was somewhat related to a Blackbrook conspiracy, but he offered this advice before returning to Aldale. Keep your eyes open for any suspicious characters that aren't revealing their faces. Let it be known that while Craftsman's Ward is under lockdown, the thoroughfares of Shalebridge are under heavy patrols, and are all asked to follow the emergentia plague laws, while the fleeing leper is on the run. 1. Show your face clearly at all times. 2. Adhere to curfew. 3. Obey the Baron's police. 4. Don't turn to panic. 5. Report anything suspicious to the nearest watch stations. Here's another piece of advice offered to those who live in Shalebridge from Professor Wallstrom. Leprosy has its origin in an accumulation of bad humors. Unless the excess of humoral fluid is evacuated via bloodletting, it can cause great harm to the human body. But an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Never approach the sick without a scented mask, nor place yourself between the sick and the source of heat, as the heat attracts the unhealthy vapors. Take at least 1 ice-cold bath per week and eat well. Regular trickster's mustard clysters are a must. Clysters or clysters? Rumpleball results. Downlock North Quarter 1-0. Lampfire Hills Hightown 4-3. Downtown Easttown 2-1. This week's bear fights. Beaten Olaf 24-18. Crossout Jetsy 32-33. It's a close one. Nipson Door on Baron's Day. Or Dower. Wait for him to go back, I think. Yeah. So we can go out in the garden here. Nothing really much here except for a ladder. There's a water arrow here. You can get up to the balcony on the top floor this way. We're not going to do that, but you can.
Hello? Any more?
Yeah, he heard us, so it was the guards that patrol and then stop for a brief moment. When they are stopped, they do not give first alerts, but they can still hear you. So I believe this campaign uses the original meshes for guards. Go in here. Gold candlestick. And there is another readable. Most esteemed merchants of Runswick, Southquarter. I write this letter to all of you in order to sincerely apologize for Bailiff Baudrillard's men's dreadful lack of commitment to the protection of our peaceful district, and, most of all, your livelihood. Such acts of vandalism will not go unpunished, and I take full responsibility for last night's incident. There's a reason why Runswick is Southquarter's most prosperous borough, and I intend to uphold its glorious reputation. Thus, I have decided, with the blessing of our good Lord Mayor, the noble Viscount Baldry, to close the gate between Runswick and Whitebell from the 11th toll of the bell until cock's crow, taking effect immediately. Policemen have been severely reprimanded, and have received order to sternly punish any trespasser caught during the night. I also intend to have my finest workers repair the damages Whitebell vermin caused to your shops and your fine items. I remain your humble servant, Luther Porden, Esquire, Burgomaster of Runswick. So Burgomaster is, interestingly, in Norwegian, my native language, Borgermester is the word you would use, and that means mayor. So a burgomaster is just another right name for a mayor, or something to that effect. Not sure if this word is actually used in English anymore. I don't think so. Across here, there's a cheese. There's nothing else behind here, I think.
That last play was such dreadful hogwash. I can't believe the actor did actually rubbish.
Let's see. This is a dining room, but nothing really to pick up. But in here is the bathroom, and here is a gold goblin.
Someday they'll pay.
Let's see. The ladder up here,
I
we're
wonder
going
which
to
one
take
of
that
them is
afterwards.
behind the latest machination. No, it can't be. By all that is holy, who are you? Guards!
Yeah, marbleman. Keep your pantyhose on.
Shoo you!
No, can't do that. He's stationed, so he won't. You probably heard that too.
That last play was such dreadful hogwash. I can't believe the actor didn't actually die. Rubbish.
Grab his purse. Total 95.
I need to take a good hard bath to wash that grime off my delicate perfumed skin.
There, and then a readable. So there was a bottle of wine and a stack of silver coins, total 157. To Jerome Clefton and his men, you have the nerve of calling yourself Master Foreman of the Guild of Renovators, but you and your shoddy workers are nothing more than scoundrels and charlatans. What in the trickster's fiery pits were you doing here? You were supposed to find a way to stop the mold from haunting this old house, but already I can see wet spots on the wallpapers I had installed 3 weeks ago. And worst of all, they are already peeling in some places. This is unacceptable. You will not see any penny from me unless you repair the odious error, or my name isn't Baptiste Holgerd Cattermole.
That last play was such dreadful hogwash. I can't believe the actor didn't actually die. Rubbish.
Okay, in that chest you have a healing potion.
I wonder which one of them is behind that latest machination. No, it can't be.
Okay, now we're done here. We can head up here. here is a spider. It's behind the boxes there, but it's kind of facing the wall, so it can't really see you. It can hear you, though. The cheese also over there. This doesn't have anything in it, and here are 2 Mars arrows hanging. Supreme doesn't allow picking up anything that you don't need. So that's why I'm not doing that. Alright, so now we are above Smokestack Street on the balcony. Now around here is a flash bomb. You can actually go along the edges if you push against the wall there. See, when they get going again, you always want to hear, in case they give a settling remark, indicating that they have first alerted. Because I don't think we're supposed to be up here. They can sometimes see quite high up. I'll go along this pipe and head into this apartment here. Now here's something that's very cool. You can actually push aside tapestries and banners and stuff like that on the wall, and you don't have to fob them. You just walk over to them and you push them. In the original games, you have to slash them to see what's behind. You can sometimes take things through it, but you can't always. And that, of course, is property damage and not allowed for Ghost or Supreme. So now we don't have that problem. It's just a cucumber there. Here we have a water arrow, kind of generator room. Down here. Schematics. So we are approaching the old abandoned factory now. Just a slower opening door like that makes a big difference with the sounds we're hearing. Okay. Here we've got 2 broadheads. And then there is a corpse there with some bug swarms and a silver nugget in the coal heap. We're going to go out that way. The lights will start flickering, but they'll reset to the original, so... Yeah, the generator whirred up, but nothing much. So, that's just a scripted response from us being here. We didn't actually interact with it, but... that's okay. I'm going to give it a real save there. Because we are now in... well, we're sort of in the northwestern section of this old factory. I'm not sure if this is still a part of it, or if it's the building north of it, but it's in this region anyway. We're going to follow this guy. We can drop without making noise here.
Hello?
Why can't I do that? Sometimes when if you save crouched and then come out of an opening like this,
I don't see why I should have to be the one down here.
you can't always maintain the crouch. Follow him into this.
Is that you?
What? Oh, he saw me. Up here in the... frequent Frequent quick saves. I'm not sure why I can't... Why I can't drop here without... There. Silver coin stack, copper coin stack, purple vase. Unreadable. Grimshaw stands no chance with the Duchess. His heart might be lit with love. The only thing she desires is the cold touch of money. Gonan and I were thinking we'd avoid him yet another humiliation by filching the Bonian vase he was thinking of offering her. Forget about Gilderoy this time. He doesn't dare spit his coin on anything remotely suspicious ever since the new burgomaster was appointed. They say the fat bastard who runs that orphanage knows some guys who may know some other guys who might know some people who could fence the stuff for a good price. That sounds like a very good contact. Gather some information, but in the meantime, the vase doesn't get out of here. So, the guy who runs the orphanage, of course, is Dahlquist. P.S. Here's a small bonus from the scraggy beldame who delivers firewood. She started weeping when I told her the classic story of my brat who got his fingers eaten by a pig. She gave me some yeneps to buy him honey cakes and biscuits. The bigger the lie, the better the reward. Don't spend everything on liquors, and keep some for Crewler and his jackablades. That should make them calm down the next time they look for someone to harass. Let's see. Here. Very other end you can see a healing potion. There's also a gas mine there. Here's 2 apples. Here's a gold watch. Let's wait for him to come back in here. Okay.
Glad to see White Bell hasn't changed much.
Did that shadow move?
Let's see. Let me just trigger.
Glad to see White Bell hasn't changed much. It's still a lair for knaves and rogues like me.
So that completed find a way into White Bell. So we now are emerging sort of in a window right here. So this is sort of the guard tower connected to the gatehouse, or the guardhouse, whatever you want to call it. Hey! Come on. I don't know why I can't drop properly here. This is a difficult section coming up. See, I think he continues on. I don't think he comes back here necessarily. Here is a purse. Well, he will see us. So he doesn't say anything since he's stationed for now. That purse I took there, it's worth 15. That was the last piece of loot I found in this mission. Need a little bit of help to find it. Just a nudge in the right direction. We have to head in through this room. We could have dropped to the streets. Let's read this. Attention men, a lockdown is now in effect in the neighboring district of White Bell. Passage to Whitebell and Newmarket through this gate is prohibited after the 11th toll of the bell. Feel free to beat any trespassers. We are way behind on our quotas, and the bailiff is starting to get impatient. Lieutenant Herman. He didn't see me there.
What's with the lockdown?
Dunno. Nobody tells me anything. Just that we're on the lookout for some thugs.
Some thugs. I know where they are, and they're not near this gate. Why aren't we on the quarter proper?
Ooh, ain't going there. Don't want to find myself at the end of a sword that's not mine.
I'll see you later at the alehouse anyway.
Silver coin stack and a copper coin stack there. Just wanted to catch that conversation. I'm not sure if we're safe here because I think that other guard is going to come back. You wouldn't believe what I saw just then. A small group of people was making a racket under the gate from Runswick to Newmarket. We should really find it a name, and we descended to investigate. Normally we'd beat these guys who try to get to Whitebell, but these people were hammers, and they were really well armed, which is weird. They even had a preacher with them. You know these lunatics with light rods? They explained they were going to smite the heathens and blah blah blah. Where do they think they are? If Whitebell isn't the central arse of the city, I don't know what is, and no amount of hammers will change that. Elroy. Let's see. There's 10 broadhead arrows in that footlocker there.
Is that you?
Yeah, I think he's going to come over here.
Nothing to be seen.
So we can't do that.
What's with the lockdown?
Dunno. Nobody tells me anything. Just that we're on the lookout for some thugs.
Some thugs. I know where they are, and they're not near this gate. Why aren't we on the quarter proper?
Ooh, ain't going there. Don't want to find myself at the end.
There.
I'll see you later at the alehouse anyway.
So there's a guard that goes in and out of here. We have to grab his key. He comes back in here. And we need that key to open that footlocker that's locked and it has loot. There we go with guard's key. Drop that back right by his where he stood. So Supreme requires that you drop back all keys that you take, and I had to take that key to get that loot, and of course I want to maximize the amount of loot I take. Now we're going to head downstairs for a little bit. So we didn't take that purse there now. 391. It's just an engine room down here. Restroom. And then there's two water arrows in this cache there. Make another real save. So now we're going to come out to the streets. We're just going to go briefly to Puggard Street here to show you guys a few things. Here there's a guard staring our direction. We can't go that way. Up here there's nothing. It's a dead end. You can't get up there this way. But here is the entrance to the sewers. Oh. These guards will catch us. There's a guard up there too, but we're not going to go there now. Down here. Okay. So this is then, this is where you would emerge if you took the public works key and used that way to get into Newmarket. So we're going to go the back way now because that doesn't require that key. So here's some very ominous sounds and what looks like almost a huge cocoon or something like that. Not sure what it's supposed to be. An old storage room. Jump in here and swim this way. We can't get up here, at least I haven't found a way to do that. But we can swim in this way. Okay. Here's another copy of the Public Works key, so you can come from this side and go out, then you come out in the streets. In Smokestack Street. We're instead going to go up here. There is a reason why we're going this way. Okay, what's going on here? Here's a journal. 26th Sones 833. Not sure what month this is supposed to be sown, so I'm sure you can look that up. Dwale, 30 vials, 480 gold. Azalea extract, 24 vials, 240. Copper pennies, or copper pieces. Leech collector, 317 gold. Cheap alcohol, 4 bottles, 19 silver. Needles, 4 pouches, 24 silver. Note, the copper chalice is an alehouse to forget. I saw the tenant spit in my drink again. Guess the poor sod is still thinking, I killed his grandmother. I'm a barber surgeon, not a damn apothecary. I can't do anything against the putrid fever. Alrighty. Let's see. Is there any loot in here? I don't think so. So then we see down... this is basically the pub then, and we're seeing down to the gate that I showed you guys earlier. Let's see, now we're going to head over to that building right there. Let's see. That can be difficult because we are a little bit exposed and he comes in the window. I don't think anybody in the streets here will detect us, but I think this guy...
These garments are way too tight for me. I need a bit
Good, if we get up here, we should be safe. Problem is that we can't crouch now, so when we land, we're going to make noise, but I think we should be able to do this.
I don't see why I should attend. Their last party was so drab. I'm better off getting hammered at the local pub.
Can't really... There we go. Get in here, we should be safe. Get that goblin, then we have to get the red.
Can't wait to see their faces
red
when I show
vase
them my
over there.
latest acquisition.
I think we should be able to get through here. We'll see.
These garments are way too tight for me. I need a better tailor. Every day was trouty. Found myself a people I don't even know I'm sure of really.
There we go. That's all the loot that was in there. And that's all the loot in this part of town. We have to go back for those few pieces there. Loud, but I don't think anybody hears that. So now we do have to wait here and time the guards up top. I just gotta... Oh. Oh. Guess we don't have to do that at all. There is a guard that way. You can just see that he is not stuck or anything like that. No, he's not. There he is. So we can go up that way. Here. And get into Newmarket. But we are actually going to go back into the guardhouse and then through the gatehouse and head west. The reason for that I'll show you guys later on. So we're going to go back in. I just came now to do the sewers real quick. We're going to block the door here when he goes out. Then we can head in here. Okay, so now we've made it south. So now I think that we're officially in at least maybe this building here, or maybe this part. I think that this is supposed to be a different building from the gatehouse, though it's all connected. But there is a bridge that goes south here. So let me show you what's going on here. So this is then back west. So this is towards the west side now, so we're looking at the plaza in front of the gatehouse there. Knock him out. So here is then the gate that takes you back into Southquarter. Here's a corpse for some reason. And then there are 2 water arrows in this little trough here. This is, I guess, the bottom floor of the gatehouse, but you can't get up from this level. And this takes you out. This was a locked door earlier. It takes you out on the south side of Whitebell Gate. And this is then between the 2 gates, right here. This you can't operate, so I assume that's for the main gates. And here, we could go west, but the lever's on the other side. So that stops our movement. So that's why we have to get upstairs a different way. And that's what we have to do here. There's 7 broadheads in this footlocker, and then a very hidden piece of loot that I did find on my first time through, I should say. 471. There's a guard up top, and they can hear the wooden steps if you're not careful. Oh, there he is, okay. We're gonna follow him. We're coming up on a tough part in the mission right now. To get into the main gatehouse on the upper floor is tough.
Nothing there now.
So he saw me when I leaned around the corner, I think.
What I see there.
Oh. Sideways movement, or sorry, peripheral vision when they turn. So in here is a room with 2 flash bombs, a stack of gold coins, 496, and there is a readable. I think we got another incursion from Whitebell last night. A boxman was trying to pick Messer Cattermole's door, so I gave him a chase, and he ended up falling to his death through a derelict flight of stairs. Judging by his foul odor, he might have taken the sewer route. I think sending Salmon and Wayland to investigate would be wise, and someone should remind this dense greasehand that his job is to stay in these sewers and not spend his nights drinking at the tavern by the court. So that might be the guy that we saw outside in the courtyard, dead. Maybe we should send a letter to the quill pushers of the public works on the matter. Bottom line is, we can't have Whitebell vermin breaking into Runswick like that, especially with the lockdown and the bailiff's orders. Now here's the strange thing, he was carrying flash bombs and good lockpicks. That kind of material is way too expensive for Whitebell gallow bait. The lockpicks are broken beyond repair, but the flash bombs are still in shape. I put the corpse under the stairs in the courtyard if you want to investigate. I'm keeping the flash bombs for myself. I always wanted to have some of these anyway. So the lockpicks are broken, so we can't find those, I think, anywhere, maybe, but we won't get lockpicks in this mission anyway. One last thing, the lieutenant doesn't need to know about this. All he's going to do is throw a tantrum like a child and double our already doubled watch hours. I have enough of that, so you better keep your mouth shut. Sergeant Flannery. Okay, so we don't need the flash bombs, but they're here anyway.
Say, have you seen Alan tonight?
I heard he's patrolling the sewers.
So let's say there's an archer that goes north-south here, and he goes south onto a bridge that we have to cross. That is a tough section, but we have to get something in the north room first. Oh, he sees that way.
Is that you?
Okay, this is not a good time. This is, like I said, this is tough. This is tough. There is another way to get to that loot, but we have to get through this hallway. Well, yeah. For Supreme, there is no way to do this without getting caught if we go a different route. So this is the way to do it, and we might have to await them a couple of rounds. We'll see. Maybe we can follow him now. He goes so slow that we can't really decide. hide that.
Want to come to the fair tomorrow?
Okay. Don't know why he stopped and said that. We have to get some loot up on the
Been
beams
to the
here.
bear pits lately? Saw the farce it's become?
Tickets are too expensive. Taffing thieves, I swear.
Loaf on the bread, loaf on the table. That door in the distance there you can't cross, but this takes you out to a balcony. I'll show you that.
Don't mention it. I'm sweating like a priest in a whorehouse.
There we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coin. Did that last time too. There are 5 coin stacks and a readable. Guess Elroy isn't exactly what you'd call a smart chap. You've helped me without asking questions, so I'll reveal my little secret. I've been stealing his wages for months now, as a prank, and I cannot contain my laughter anymore when he looks at me and says, "I wonder where my money has gone." By the trickster, surely my wages cannot vanish just like that. It's almost the end of the month, so we'll do our usual routine. I'm not sure when and how this is going to end, but this is way too funny. Your friend, Blars. Right. Let's hide in here again, and I can show you nothing here but junk. Here's a balcony, and then you can jump over here, and you can go further onto that balcony, and that's the balcony that'll bring you. It's the northeastern part of the tenements, so that's where it is. This is down White Bell Gate right here. That's the archer that does come out here on this balcony. So we're now going to have to head through that door, dodging these guys. I don't think we can do it on this round because that other guard has to come back too. Oh, we might be able to. Excellent. You're safe
Boring,
here.
boring.
There's nothing in behind here, I think. There's one guard coming in from the bridge and one coming down from above. Yeah, like I said previously, this is the most difficult place inside any building. And then we're coming up on a difficult part of the streets. Not too Didn't know how far he got. Let's see. Can we do this? Yeah. He didn't see that, then he would have screamed at me. So it was basically red there. Okay. So in here, let's go into this room first. We've got 2 smoke bombs. you saw earlier. 3 coin stacks and a readable. A note about smoke bombs. Sir, I found them smoking bombs I told you about. As I said to you last time, they're damn good for crowd control. Throw one of these bad boys in a group of plebs, and they'll be gasping for air in no time. In addition to being slowed down quite a lot. Now, my brother Patrick also told me that he uses them sometimes to get rid of all the taffing spiders, rats, and squeals he has in his house. I told him 100 times to clean this place, but he is too lazy for that. Anyhow, show these to the bailiff, and hopefully he'll let us have some fun next time those brigands from Whitebell try their luck on our turf. Nigel.
Boring.
There. Just a bedroom with nothing much of interest here. There's another readable, and a loaf of cheese. Piece of cheese. Carolyn, and here I thought my transfer to Southquarter would be sweet and painless. Of all the men I've worked with, the bunch of slobs I'm commanding here are the worst of the worst. All they do is drink all night long, while they're supposed to be out on duty. A few really angry guys from Whitebell came to Runswick and started messing things up while they were playing cards, and the good-for-nothing bailiff blamed it on me. They also have the nerve to tell me that they categorically refuse to climb the station's wooden staircase because it looks uneven and dangerous. Lazy cretins. It's true these stairs have seen better days, but they look fine to me. I wish I could return to Downlock now the peeps we both commanded were a sharp bunch. H. Alright. Show you what's down here. No need to go here, but I can show you anyway. Oh wait, maybe there is some loot down here. No, there's just 2 water arrows, right? And here? You get to the other side then, and can go all the way through west to east through the bottom floor of the gatehouse. We don't need to go there, we need to go in here. Tough place here. Make a real save. I closed that door, yes. There's a patroller here, or there is the... So he has a key. I guess this is the watch captain or something. And he has a gatehouse key that works on the door that can take you out here to the south side or Southquarter. We have to wait for him to leave.
Who's there? In the shadow.
Okay, so he doesn't see us, he just hears us here. Good, he goes into the bathroom, I think, so we have a little bit of time here. Have this goblin read this. Bailiff Baudrillard. Even though I'm relatively new to this position, you will learn that I'm not one to be trifled with, and incidents such as the one that happened last night are utterly unacceptable. I ignore how my predecessors used to run things, but I can assure you that your men's laziness will not be tolerated any longer. I don't care if Whitebell mercenaries don't do their job, preventing scum from coming from this blasted lair of crime, and debauchery from entering Runswick is yours, especially when they are all riled up and looking for faces to smash. You should consider yourself lucky, for only a few shops and houses were vandalized by the rioters, but from now on you have no margin of error. Consider this your first and final warning. Luther Porton Esquire, Burgomaster of Brunswick. Let's go back here. Here you have 2 silver candlesticks.
Who's there? In the shadow.
Okay, we are safe there. I haven't seen that before. In any animation, I think. Okay, in this footlocker, there's 8 broadheads. There. 622, right?
Who's there? Who made that noise?
Oh, I didn't save it? Come on. Alright, let me
Thought I saw some.
read this then. Bailiff, by my count, this is the second missive you have received requesting that my men are granted access to the battlesmen of Brunswick, and the first for my estate that has needed such a follow-up. Each steward of the 6 sections whom my underlings approached hitherto understood their position as facilitators, not bulwarks. I'm not accustomed to consulting the lay authority for favors myself. I have more to call upon than I can count, for sure, but it is rare that my needs are not known and met in advance. See that I receive permission before the next moon, and you will not dread the next visit you receive from Commissioner Morton. Okay. Antoine de Wall. Is that Antoine? Antonio, is that it? Not sure. De Wall, as you probably know, was one of the wardens in the city. And he was introduced, but only briefly, I think, in the original game. But if you remember, there is actually an audio clip that I'm not sure was actually used in any of the original missions. But it was used in some fan missions, Calendar's Cistern, for example, where a guard would say, remember when the Baron took down the wall. And I do believe that it's canon that apparently Raputo replaced the wall, and that there is rumors that Raputo actually gave the wall up to the Baron so that they could take him and Raputo could take his place. And that Raputo and the City Watch and the Baron probably has better ties. Maybe we'll explore that a little bit more later in this campaign. I'm not sure.
You're dead, pal.
There, let's see. The City Tribune, 826-833. The Dayport renovations have officially begun, spearheaded by a desire to modernize Dayport's districts and wards, and also to showcase the city's grandeur to foreign sailors and merchants navigating on the Elm Ocean. The Baron's great project is one of proportions never seen before. Indeed, the Baron and his architects aim to demolish more than half of Dayport's narrow streets and serpentine alleyways, to replace them with vast avenues, one of which, the Baron's Way, will run east to west and will continue all the way to Whitebridge and downtown. The Baron's Way, isn't that one of the main streets in Life of the Party? In Dayport, where we are at then? I think so. Willing to give Dayport a brand new aesthetic, the Baron has solicited the services of renowned Bonian architects Volodymyr Stepanov and Fedor Soloviev. While a small portion of the city council voted against, most were ecstatic at the prospect of these grand renovations. Your humble servant will follow this project with great attention and report to the best of her ability. More on page 8. Now, Bone, remember there has been a war between Cyric and Bone. That war might actually still be going on. But those are two, what I believe is maybe suburbs or cities near the city. They're not as grand, I believe, as the main city that we're in, but there's definitely influence from those two areas on the city that we are living in. Attacks continue along Hag Hill Forest. With most of the Baron's forces out of the battlefield and his police only present in the city and neighboring vassal towns and villages, many of the roads running across the heartland fall prey to highwaymen and other knaves looking for easy plunder. Hag Hill Forest has become a fertile ground for these criminals, and many merchants and travelers have been attacked these past 2 months. The situation has become so alarming that hammerite patrols along the roads have been reinforced threefold. This prestigious paper advises its dear readers to avoid the roads crossing Hag Hill Forest and to travel along the coast instead. More on page 16. Interesting. There's a lot of good information here about the city and its workings. It develops that theme very early in the first mission even. Let's see, we're gonna head out this window actually. Here you can see the balcony. Ooh. I don't know if he can see us. No, doesn't seem like it. Oh, we're gonna jump over to that little... Why can't I jump? Here's a bottle of wine. 672. We're gonna jump down to this balcony here. It's nice when you can do that on the first try, right? We could go all the way back and to that balcony and then jump over the way it's intended, but this is just much, much easier. I did it without any alerts. We're gonna head into this building here. There's a key. You can just see it underneath that pot. And we're gonna lock block it.
Should maybe find a quiet corner and drink this cheap ale.
There. There's a guy in here. The tenement's owner.
Hope it's not the clap.
We're not gonna come out this way. That's why I'm... Here's a purse, carrot, 3 broadheads, and a readable. 697. Gillip. Gillip? Gillip? Yeah. Someone told me you're looking for some muscle to pummel some faces at the orphanage. Very bad idea, my friend. Very bad idea. The guy who owns this place, he's got his greasy fingers in every pie in Newmarket. Word is he even has some connections with the wardens. Think about it, man. Losing your purse to some damn pickpocket isn't that bad. Just forget about it. I'll pay you a drink at the tavern tomorrow if you want. Besides, Crewler's stooges came in early this morning to ask me if I saw any suspicious guys loitering about. Well, I told him, aside from the usual beggar regurgitating his nappy ale through his teeth right in front of my windows, and the smelly paddler I keep you to keep out of my street, nothing out of the ordinary. What a bunch of useless taffers. Let's see. This room. Stack of copper coins, cheese, and then a readable. A thief's letter. Schwab, be helpful for once and buy us some meat. Nothing too expensive, we ain't rich. Some think like chitterlings, or better, a slink. I just can't eat another spoon of fromental. A spoon of fromental. Better be careful, though. I think Deb ratted us to the watchdogs. Rupert ended up in the stocks yesterday. I've hidden a fizzle arrow in a gutter in Dogleg if bad things happen. Apparently a fizzle arrow is the same as a noisemaker arrow. Okay, We are going to head downstairs, but head in here first. Just wait for that guy to go. I don't know how far.
Should maybe find a quiet corner and drink this cheap ale.
So he has another copy of the tenements key, but I don't want to take that. So if you come from downstairs and want to leave through the balcony, then you have to take that to get out. You can drop it back, of course, but moving a key from someone's belt to the ground, to me, is stupid. If you can avoid that for Supreme, that is stupid. Now, I believe this guy is voiced by Alex, or Supremacy, from Inside It Last podcast. And, that voice, or his voice, appears in a few different missions. Okay. So we're just going to go up here to head across the pipes here, but do you see in the window in the distance there is a statue in there leaning around the corner looking at us? Let's see what he does when we get closer.
Hey, what was that? Nothing now.
There, he disappeared. We can't have that guard see us, so we're gonna wait a little bit. There he is, okay. So we are now heading... where are we? Yeah, we're crossing over this little section here. There's some beams, so that guard was coming down from Poulter's Lane towards the east.
For at least a week.
Oh! Don't think he can see me. Yeah. So this is a little ominous place. Nothing behind this. I don't think I ever checked that, to be honest with you. Blood in front of the door. Okay, so there's a gold candlestick here we're going to take. What looks like a baby's crib. When we do that, blood starts to gush from the ceiling. And then when we head back, the statue is there. Those are all scripted events, and the statue isn't an AI as far as I know. But anyway, quite ominous. Then we can go back here. We gotta watch this one.
With so many creeps around.
Too.
Should maybe find a quiet corner and drink this cheap ale. How am I supposed to protect my girls with so many creeps around?
Protect my girls with so many creeps around, okay.
Should maybe find a quiet corner and drink this cheap ale.
Does he mean his daughters, or does he mean... Is he a pimp and means his prostitute girls?
Hope it's not the clap.
Okay. So here's sort of the reception. There's here, but here is a bottle of wine.
I could always sell this to some fellow who lost his sense of smell.
And then here is a readable. Mr. Sherburne, I have received your complaint. You accuse me of cutting my liqueurs with seawater, but I assure you it is in fact only pure and fresh water I take from the well every morning. Please gaze at the extent of my efforts. I only want the best for my clientele. However, such rumors could very well be the end of small shops like mine, and this is why I offer you this little gift in exchange for your silence. Please accept this modest present. It represents my most sincere apologies. A 12-year-old bottle of creme bleu, directly from my personal cellar. Rest assured that this one here isn't cut with water. Plumley, gin seller and occasional sommelier. Sommelier, which I guess is a wine expert. So a gin and wine expert. So there's the pipes that we went over earlier. I'm gonna head down here now. Careful here, because people can see you. Okay, so this is the basement. Loaf for bread and a readable. A pox upon these farmers. The flour costs twice its usual price now. Desperate times, desperate measures. You know how fat Viral is still in business despite his wine being the most repugnant stuff you've ever tasted? That sneaky Taffer asked the Glassmaskers Guild to deliver him bottles with a bounced bottom, so we can keep a little for more. We should do something like that too. Instead of buying cheaper flour, methinks we should add something to the dough, so we can keep a little for more bread. Not gravel, though. The last dougher who did that got burned alive on his own oven by angry mob. What do you think of adding roots and straw? We'll discuss it in the morning when I come back from my brother's place. Okay, in here is some storage, but there's a purse up here. Total 807. Alright, so we're going to listen to a conversation now between two civilians down here. But we're not actually going to trigger that because it triggers a woman to patrol the streets.
Someone should really do something about these awful street thieves.
You mean the children?
Of course I mean the children. They steal everything they see. Just this morning, one of them robbed me. And the lawmen did nothing.
Bunch of taffers. They never do their job correctly.
Not sure if she'll actually alert to me. No, she won't. Okay, well I won't have her walking the streets anyway.
Who's there? Oh.
But this is back to White Bell Gate, right? This is a window that I didn't show you, but it's in the basement, an engine room. There we go. So you can jump down here if you want to.
Take that!
To go back to the Puggard Street here. All right. So we are going to now make a real save and head into soon the toughest area of the streets. So I gotta be careful here because that tenements guy can. Let's head in here. This is the gin cellar. There's only a stack of silver coins in his establishment. And in here, gold candlestick. And that actually hit 850 loot. Now if we head up here, this is a little garden. There is a moss arrow back here. And And then up here you see a balcony with some chains. We're going to get to that later. You can actually jump up here and just stack, I think it is 2 potions, and then jump up to the balcony if you want to.
Hello? Is someone there?
Let's wait for him to pass.
Oh, well. Guess it was nothing.
X on the door with the padlock on it. Shows you how rough this area is. And then we get up to the balcony outside the tenements. Okay. Okay, this can be tough here. Here's the noisemaker arrow that this guy talked about.
Who's there?
Where can I hide here?
Noise.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to wait for him to come back, actually. We have to do that. And then I'll make another real save, because this little plaza here, there's hammerites, 3 of them down here that can see you, and there's at least 1 other patroller that goes to downlock gates. The hammerites are the most difficult. We get a little bit further north. So here's Plumley, Gin Cellar, occasional sommelier.
What's going on over there?
As soon as I find you, you're...
Yeah, he saw me, man. I think we actually have to follow him back up there then. Because there's nothing, there's no dark corners right here. That's what I did last time, I just conveniently followed him, so. That should work. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And there's the hammerites already. Okay, we should be able to do this.
Someone there?
Where are we dark?
Nothing now.
Okay, we're dark here. That's what I want to do. Get up there. See another hammerite down there. We have to head around the corner here. Not sure if that's possible. Oh, we should be able to do that. Here's a guy working, but he doesn't alert us. So we don't care about him.
Easier to die than make a living here.
There's a guard over there too. Right, downlock gate, right? Yes, here.
So hungry.
He goes all the way in through those open, and then there's an archer up there. Dangerous one.
I'm soaked and my back hurts. But that's better than toiling in the old workhouse.
Let's see. Head up this ladder. Here. Here is a silver nugget in the window of this factory. And then we come to the most difficult piece of loot in the mission, and that is on a windowsill, for the lit window over there. To do that. So when I finished the mission the first time, I decided to go back and check all the windowsills I could get to. And that wasn't too difficult because you don't have a rope arrow, so there's not that many windowsills you can get to. There we go, here's a ring. Very difficult to see. Worth 20 only. So 939. Was not out.
I'm sick of eating old fermental and dried pumpernickel every day.
Okay. He's coming back now, both of them. Good, 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 good. So we're now going to hit the pawn shop. We're going to take one piece of loot first, but the pawn shop has quite a bit of stuff. Make another piece just in case.
I can't do anything here. Sitting down and waiting.
To notice this here. Several proclamations made by Messer Belworth, alderman of the ward of Sweeper's End, with the benediction of Sire Pennethorne, Burgomaster of Whitebell. Prevention of dysentery. The inhabitants of the district of Whitebell are earnestly advised not to drink any waters from the fountains or the wells which have not previously been boiled. Beware of the wild sweels. Please be advised that the wild sweels infestation has spread as far as Aldrich Farthing. Rabies is primarily a disease of the sweal. Sweal are rodents, right? Rice or mats, maybe, or mice or rats. Did I just say rice and mats? New tax. Let it be known that on the 24th of Sones, a new tax on cursed meats, garum, and ship biscuits will be in order. Cured meat shall now cost 6 silver, garum 5d. What is that? A flask, and ship biscuits 5d per bunch. Diamonds? No, can't be that. This we read before, haven't we? Yeah, we read this one. The convictions of the crimes. Okay, in here, stack of copper coins.
I'm soaked in my back.
Then over here, it's just down lock, but you can't really go there, so. Oh, didn't hear
I'm soaked in my
anything there. Here we have a locked door. We don't have any pickpockets, obviously. Locked part here too. We're gonna have it up to the pawnbrokers now. Let's see, let's make it real quick here again. I'm just gonna check something real quick. Go. The archer does come in here. Here's the lavatories, yeah. Let's actually try to fool him while we can.
Who's there? Is someone
Where
there?
does he go?
Hello? Anyone there?
He just turns around, then okay. That takes you out to the balcony there. Red vase here. 969. Check something real quick. Two pieces. Forgot to take them both. So that's the pawnbroker that we saw here. He has a key, and that opens the door down below that we saw that was locked. So we're going to need to take that. But there's also quite a bit of loot in here. 5 pieces of loot to be precise. Let me see. Okay, I didn't know that he came over there. I thought he only went in there. I can slowly sneak over and get his. His key. I have to return that key. And read this. 3 tapestries, one eaten by moths and another tainted with a strange liquid. Tea warbler. Small armchair made of oak. For Cordes. 12 vials, badly cleaned. Harnan. Map of Tutacombe's tomb. Never heard of it. Oh, that is so clever. I didn't see that until now. Okay. Tutacombe's tomb is one of the missions in the Shadow of Doubt campaign, which I have not played other than just bits and pieces here and there. And it's made by Sperry. Not S. Perry, but Sperry. That's one of the great campaigns, apparently, from the Thief 1, old era, pre-New Dark era, that I've gotten recommended, but it's not really that ghost-friendly. So that's why people said, well, you probably won't be able to ghost many of the missions, but that doesn't really matter. It's a part of fan mission history, and often those that are never made with ghosting in mind are those that are more entertaining, because they bring about some very unique challenges for especially for Supreme. 6 cogs and 2 pipes, Finkelmont, donation of 50 coins to the illustrious Newmarket Pawnbrokers Guild. And then we have the sum down here. So if there are links like that you guys see that I don't, I almost missed this one. But then please comment. I would like to know. Note, Lord Al-Hazrad is looking for a pair of earrings that got stolen from someone's very ears. I have no idea how anyone could do such a thing, but if true, then the guy must really be beyond amazing. So this is Lord Al-Hazrad, the art collector from Calendar's Cistern, I believe, though I think it's spelled slightly differently in that mission. I think the Z and the R is switched around. Anyway. There we go. Now we can head down. And we can open the door.
Who goes there?
Oh, that long patrol. And he managed to squeeze his body out there right as I come down. Wouldn't you know it? Okay. The pawnbroker's key, and all we need to do is here and get a gold nugget and 2 coin stacks, 1344. And then we have to go up and return that key. That we have to do. I think he just left. I think he's in that room, isn't he? Yeah, he is. All right, now we come to a tough part.
Someone behind.
Very, very, very tough part. Because we have to make our way down to this part of town. Or we have to make our way all the way here. So getting through this area, and we have to take a couple of pieces of loot on the way here too. That can be tough. Because of the amount of patrollers. So definitely real save time, and this might take a few tries. We'll see. Things might open up, you never know.
So hungry. I could eat my own boots.
Please don't. So here I think we're safe along the wall here. That other guard disappeared, that's good. If this guy can go back before that other guard comes, then we can follow this hammerite down there. It actually is open now if we can do that. Because now he leaves. See? This is absolutely excellent if we can do this. Save it there.
Hammers in Whitebell? Just my luck.
This is perfect. Stack of... Oh, no, we can't do that with this guy. Well, let's see.
Hammers in Whitebell? Just my luck.
Across it here, because we are fairly dark here, actually. I think we are safe here. I made a real save, so we took a stack of silver coins in this. We're building there's a cheese there too, but just a bedroom of sorts.
If thou be...
Okay, can we get in there in time? I don't think we can.
Who is there? Is someone there?
do this.
Who goes there?
We totally can do this. We are just so lucky now with the opening. Because there's at least one more hammerite. Oh, now he went that way. He has a random patrol. Good. Because in this little alley we can take this. This up. Here is window into the barracks. We're now by a bell tower by Adrian's Bulwark, which I assume is you know, a street to the west of this row of buildings. There's a healing potion here you can take, but you can't actually get into this building as far as I know.
I shall return once I find them.
We have to head up here. There's a chain up there too. You can jump up on the lamp and then up on this pipe, but that's meant for the way back down. It's not meant to go up there.
Who is there? Is someone there?
Oh yeah, that's this guy. Archer up here too. Oh, they hear that stuff. Let's see. Oh. Okay. If we can do that, we can... No. Yeah, that's this guy. So it's kind of tough. We have to get up to the balcony there, and it's a tough climb. Just have to time these guards here, who we have been pretty lucky with so far, I must say. I had a harder time here during my playtesting than I have now.
If thou be there, bespeak.
It's that guy. Okay. Let's wait one more round then. Can we see this guy? From, I don't know if we can. I'm going to monitor him and see where he is at any point in time.
Is there anything left from dinner?
Nay, thy brothers hath eaten everything, I'm afraid.
All is...
Yeah, he saw me there. Okay. We're too high up for them to see us all the way up there, anyway.
All is well now.
What did he hear? There. Yeah, no nobody heard us. That was just idle chatter there on the streets. Okay. Nobody at least alerted. 2 candle, or not 2 candlesticks, 2 coin stacks in here. And if you get up here, there's a water arrow. And the hint to sort of that is the lid for the crate has fallen off. $13.86, that's good.
Intruder!
Yeah, I didn't know if we were safe here, so I didn't. Let's actually drop down here. There. Here's the purse. This was the second to last piece of loot I found. $14.56. It's worth 70. Alright. So when he leaves, we can drop onto this. So we can make our way down that way.
Hello? Show thyself.
Verily.
No, he probably hears that.
Verily.
There. See if we have read both of these. Dysentery, yeah. Yeah, read these. Okay, so now we just need to make our way north here. We're actually done with the worst. It's just this last little nudge here. There's a guard over there too that could possibly see us.
Brother, hast thou seen mine prayer?
Let's see. We have to wait a little bit more, because I can't hear if he sees me there. Yeah, we were far enough.
Is there anything left from dinner?
He didn't see me there, did he? No. There's no way he can see me here. Okay. So this alley here, just a fruit stand of some sort. Old well. Then in here there's a moss arrow and a speed potion. Speed potions are quite useful for difficult ghost moves. They are legal for ghost, but though it's a chemical ghost if you manage to do it. Okay. Here you can see into the barracks. Oh man. He goes away there. Okay, we're gonna head over here. So we have now moved and crossed over a wall, or we're on top of a wall here above the inn. So that goes south into a different area that we're going to visit in a little bit. He sees me there too. I'm going to go a little faster here, I think. Let me just check something. Here now, so we can get into the inn. Nobody should see us here. I was sure there was something on this windowsill, like a little ring or something, because of that outcropping statue, but there isn't. Okay, I couldn't prove it to you, but there is not. You can easily jump over there. You can even jump over and mantle into these. Like that. That's how I did, and checked every single windowsill I could find. We're gonna head around this way. Here's a broadhead arrow and a readable. Hinser, stop being a sloomy deadbeat and call for a chimney sweeper. Yesterday I used a long cane to see if something was blocking the conduit, since the smoke was coming out inside and it was full of bister. I fear a backdraft. It will be the Great Fire of 782 all over again if something bad happens with this drought. You are too young to remember, but believe me, it was the most dreadful thing. The city was glowing like the trickster's fiery pits for days, just because some fool-born taffer used too much pitch in his firewood. Interesting. Nothing else of interest there. We can drop in here. Get into the inn. Here are 2 coin stacks. That's all of interest really in here. 3 loaves as well. And then leave through the window. You can enter there too. Let's see if he was. No, he wasn't close enough to hear that. Okay, so now we are in the alley north of the inn. So now we're almost at the orphanage.
Good stuff. Hey, step away from me. Sell your junk to someone else.
This is Rotten Row here. Let's see, he might have heard or seen me there. Like that. That's much better. That's not good. Oh, I can't stand the way that the engine doesn't allow you to maintain the crouch after. There. So this is Rotten Row.
Are you interested in some?
He might have seen me there or something.
What's he doing? Does he just lost on me?
Is that you? Or at least guess it's big, so what?
So this is the main narrow alley into Rotten Row. However, here our progress for Supreme stops because of this guy right here. See? He gives the first alert.
Daft, noisy machines. I'm getting mad with it.
And it's because of that torch there. So you
What
can't.
did she tell me to bring home? Something?
There's just no way. I've tried every single direction and whatnot to do this.
Guess it was nothing. Someone follow. No
Yeah,
luck,
now
partner.
you get caught.
Now
Totally.
fight me.
So essentially we have to find a different way into this area. And that is, which I've shown you before, from northeast on Puggar Street. So we have to return to Puggar Street. Luckily, we don't have to go all the way back through the streets.
How am I supposed to protect?
There's a different way around.
The true Sutter stole my coins. I can see anybody else but him doing such a crime.
Oh, I didn't know he was there. And that is this way here. Here's just machinery. You can mantle up on this, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Here is another small garden with a corpse. There is a moss arrow in the plant. But we are going to head in through this grate. And up here. Here. So now we are sort of headed back through this building. And this is some kind of a, looks like a wizard's tower, what it is, but sorts of weird things going on in here. Lights flickering. There's a blue vase that we can take here. And this takes us out to the balcony. This is a readable. The Excellent Gazette, bringing the truth since 827. Please listen. The odious Burrick scandal. The Excellent Gazette is shocked and appalled to learn the Baron took part in flagitious pagan rituals. Flagitious. Indeed, this humble newspaper was made aware of the fact that our disgraced ruler once put his manhood in a dead Burrick's throat to cure an illness and supposedly bring good fortune. We at the Excellent Gazette are left speechless by such a vile practice. Such pagan horror should not be happening. What is the good Cardinal doing? And to add insult to injury, it has been proven time and time again that the Baron, this odious miscreant, has a hidden fortune in Roxburgh of all places. The Baron is a traitor to his own nation, obviously from the Roxburgh missions. Down with the hammerites. The owner of this humble newspaper would like to express his utter disdain toward the Order of the Hammer and their obsolete standards. Yester, High Priest Bliers told my pulchrus and fair wife her hennin was obscene. The hammerites never ceased to reach new lows. Their religion of old must disappear. Shut up, snail muncher. We at the Excellent Gazette are furious that Yester, the ambassador of Salagne, was befouling our pure language with his frog meat-filled mouth. Isn't it enough that our poor city is forced to endure the continuous flow of putrid cheese wheels and disgusting wines, dishonoring her delicate warehouse? That we now have to suffer the disgrace of these lazy mobbards, mimicking our noble language as well? Learn to speak properly or be gone. This doesn't seem like a newspaper. This seems like a weekly gossip magazine or something like that, which is probably what it's supposed to be portrayed as. So now we come up to the balcony that we saw from below earlier, above the other garden. So you can't get up here. Climb across here. We can find a goblet and a bottle of wine. And we can drop down here. Not all the way, but part of the way.
Sir?
Yeah, we have to wait up there then. Up here until he's gone. But we can enjoy the view. It's a fantastic vertical mission. And that is difficult to do, because you can make a mission vertical but not actually make it flow, which this does. Whenever you have a mission where there's a loop around and various places you can go into as you go through that loop, and you can take the loop both up at the rooftops, which this mission does not do. You can't do that, but you can also take it on the ground. This does quite a bit of being able to maneuver only up on the rooftops. We can drop here. Go. Here, now we can move the other way. Should be able to. He should go west a little bit. No, he is not. Okay. And we can wait here. Oh no, we're gonna get caught. We're only yellow, so he won't see us from way there. Are we safe here? Probably. Locked door. We can get in through a grate up here. Mantle up the lamp, mantle up the pipe. And then furthermore in here. There's a healing potion and a skull, if you're interested in that. Stack of silver coins, mine, and a readable. Kip, I need your help. Remember the barrels full of jewelry we got from Percy's boys? I sent them to the wrong taffing location. They were supposed to go to Southwell, but I got confused and sent them to Sourwell instead. You know, in Southquarter? What's with the city and its districts with similar names? I swear this is a nightmare. I'm in big trouble because Nicholas obviously didn't get his due and now he's out to kill me. I have no idea where these barrels are right now. They could be on a boat on the river to Cyric for all I know. Let's meet somewhere he won't find us and discuss a plan, if you will. The pub near St. Tenor's Plaza in Lower Darksmoke sounds like a good idea to me. What says you, L? So Darksmoke is another area that's been made by fans that now is incorporated into the city. And I think several authors have used that, at least Skacky. Can't remember who else. Now, I haven't found a way to easily mantle up and out the grate there again, so I think we have to take this key. And just return it right away here. I guess we can put it the way it was. There we go. So I guess this is some kind of alchemist shop. Looks like it.
What's going on?
Oh. Didn't mean to lean around. We're almost done. What an excellent start this is to the campaign.
What I see.
He went further than I thought this time. Have to wait for him to come back. There's great ambiance here anyway, so that's fine. This guy certainly took a sweet time. Okay. Nothing in this direction, but here? This is the entrance from Puggart Street into the orphanage area, Rotten Row. This is sort of the last section we have to do here. Little section of the canal, but nothing really of interest. This is the Undertakers, White Bill Undertaker. And in here there's nothing really of interest except for a hammer. And a journal. Can't take this holy water vial. 1650, yeah. 8/24/33. Another tiresome day spent strolling through those sordid alleys and breathing behind a horrible pointed mask. But again, the cold hard cash given by my mysterious customers is definitely worth the effort. Perhaps I should be able to finally leave this shite hole one day. As usual, I unloaded the stiffs right into the open sewer access and dug into the garbage to find my payment. I think I saw someone spying on me from the old Hawtree Manor back door that time. I pretended I didn't see anything and walked away. Now, when you have dealt with the Larlock Society and twisted degenerate highborns, you know curiosity is far from deadlier than a blade. This humble undertaker knows something about it. Besides, Gromoval is far too smart for being curious about trades so strangely lucrative. So Larlock Society is another reference to Calendar's Cistern, right? Okay. Listening on a debacle here.
What do you think you're doing?
What?
Do you think I'm blind and I don't see that ace up your sleeve? You cheat!
You have some nerve to call me a cheat, you rascal son of a hammer. I'm winning fair and square. You're so terrible I don't need to cheat to beat you.
You're a taffin swindler. Listen, everyone. That bloke is a cheat and a fraud.
Say I cheat again, and I'll rip your head off with my blade, you damn liar.
Hey, if you want to kill each other,
You
do
wanna
it
fight,
outside.
huh? You'll taste my steel, all right?
No! By the trickster, stop it! Get out!
Your own mother won't recognize you. Yeah.
Okay, so they won't see us or react to us, but it's just a funny interaction. There's a deer leg here you can take if you want to. Wait. Oh, he came back now and saw me. Okay. Well, I won't bother with them then. Wanted. Purby, Esmond, Lady Taker, and Dock Rat. Coppel Morse, Coppel Rose, Martha, Harlot, Lustlurer, and Trickster Spouse. Gawalt, Riray, False-Tail, Goldlender, and Coin Faker. And this we have read several times. And here we have Good Punch, 12 gold. Low Reach Handshake, 14. Nose broke and both eyes blacked, 20. Blackjacked out and swim in the sewers, 25. Stabbed upon the body, 35. Asked for Crewler at the Gossip's Brittle pub, no questions asked. Okay. And we can move into the last area here.
What are you doing? Perhaps he's just lost or late.
Let's see, there's the one guard from the window, and there's that guard there. So we have to wait for him to go through, probably. Not 100% sure how far he goes. There's a mace that's in a engine here. Let's see. Hoping that that'll be okay. I think he goes a loop, because there's a loop here, so I think he goes counterclockwise through that loop.
Overpriced food.
Yeah, he does.
Overpriced boots. Overpriced everything.
Don't know if I can get spotted here. I don't think so. Okay. Go in through that door, actually. Good timing. Again, don't need to do anything here. This one is empty. Just Crewler's store.
Is someone following me?
And we come up to where that archer is. And here is readable. This time it's serious, boys. The boss ticklers were waiting for me at my house to tell me the boss don't want any of these so-called downwinders roaming freely around Whitebell no more. So the next prigger we catch on our turf, we stuff his mouth with rocks and we smash his face until no more teeth stand. They'll regret having set foot outside of downtown. We must make an example. Crewler.
To earn just 4 stupid coins.
Alright. And then there's also a note on the wall. Same one as before, outside the pub. And this is where we came in earlier. Okay? This guy has a purse.
How am I supposed to
20. Total 1670. Get caught by him. This we have read, and this we've read. Nothing in this little plaza here.
Dahlquist should be in here, in this inconspicuous orphanage. Knowing the guy, it's a front operation. And I wouldn't be surprised if he uses the kids to do his dirty work.
St. Walfroy's Haven, shelter for unfortunate young childs. Okay. Yeah, he saw us, but anyway, there's no way we can get in here the normal way. This one is locked, so we have to find a different way in. That, of course, is into the sewers, or the sewer canal. Here's a body. And here's the body of a spider. 2 stacks of coins. 1687, that's max. That is full loot. We haven't busted Supreme yet. So here we come to the orphanage. Not much to do here except read a few things. Pleasant Bedtime Stories for All Little Masters and Mistresses by Josequin Bradle. The Creeper Stalker. He's a very scary monster that likes to gobble children just like you when they are home alone. But here's the tip. When he is inside a building, he can only walk on a youngster's footprints. Mark my words, if you don't want him to swallow you whole when you are playing by yourself, take off your boots before you enter the house. Finicky Wiki. She's an ugly cannibal who likes to chomp on children's meat, but she hates yucky gruel. So if you don't want her to come and get you, eat as much porridge as you can. It's the only way to keep her far away from you. Murky Larry. When the thick black smoke comes from the factories, Murky Larry drifts through the fog. Little ones who stay outside for too long get a nasty cough, and as they hack and walk, they hear a strange echo in their own coughing. This is Murky Larry casting a curse on them. If they don't return home quickly, they will start hacking so much blood they will die. Wow, this is really effective learning, isn't it? Oh. A dead spider. I don't think I've seen that before. You can apparently pick up bodies of critters in this campaign. Funny Nursery Rhymes for All Little Boys and Girls by J. Bradle. My son was big on Morn's Day. He began to drink on Tears Day. Bad was he on Steam Day. Violent was he on Vine's Day. Worse he was on Fear's Day. Dead was he on Baron's Day. Glad was I on Hammer's Day to bury my son on Morn's Day. It's terrible, but it's brilliantly creative. Soup made by a lady wearing catskin. I head to a neighborhood where all the old ladies have disappeared. Tarts made by a lady wearing dogskin. 2 shovels were sold at the tool shop. A hole as deep as a young man's height. Okay, so here you can open the door and go back out in the streets, but that we don't want to. Instead, we are going to end the mission. We have nothing but what we need.
For the last time, ye idiots, I don't want to be disturbed. Leave me alone and tap off!
Calm down, Dahlquist. It's me.
Hume? Is that really you? How? When? By the trickster. I didn't know you were back in the city.
Yeah, I arrived a few days ago. This place has changed a lot, but you seem to have managed by yourself.
You can't believe how glad I am to see you. Bunch of lackwits I'm working with. Bah, yeah, I manage, but the work is as dull as it can be. Oh, say, I was actually looking for someone who could carry a job. You're the best, and you always come in the nick of time, you sneaky bastard. So, what do you say? Willing to help your old pal out?
Well, all right. I'm all ears.
So that was, to my knowledge, as far as I could tell, a successful, perfect Supreme Ghost of the Black Parade Mission 1 Return to the City. A great start to the campaign, I think. That took 1 hour, 18 minutes, 55 seconds. We got 1687 loot out of 1687. We picked 4 out of 8 pockets, and those were all purses, weren't they? No locks picked, no backstabs or knockouts, no damage dealt taken or healing taken, nothing and nobody killed, and the stats for the campaign is the same. Okay, awesome. I'm going to try to rank these missions a little bit as I go along. This mission I gave an 8 out of 10 after my first playthrough, and then I upped it to 8.5 out of 10 after ghosting it, because it's fairly easy to play the first time through, but that's not a problem because this is a first mission in a big campaign. So it should start out a little bit easier for beginners. But it's very fun to ghost. There are some tricky parts, but it's a good level throughout. Some of the pros of this mission is, in parts, it is non-linear, but it still guides you in the right way fairly easily. So I like that. It's a vertical mission, and it's a very good one, which is tough to do without a rope arrow, but they do a good job of making that entertaining, enjoyable, and not too difficult. But it still rewards you. There's nothing essential that you have to get high up in the buildings, but you can get more loot if that's what you want. And the loot goal is fairly modest in this mission, about half of it. I also like the new textures and sounds and atmospheres that are implemented, but most of it is stock, so you can recognize the Thief 1 vibe right away. As far as cons, I don't think there is too many. It's a little bit on the easier side, but that really is okay. It doesn't really matter. The first time I played it, I got put off by all these conversations that guards had between each other when they met. And that, I don't know, I mistook it for alert sometimes, and other times conversations that might include important info. But again, there isn't that much to say against the mission. It's a very, very solid start to the campaign. And I can't wait to see what this campaign brings for the remainder. Let me know what you think. And again, let me know if there's any references in this mission that I didn't pick up on that you did. So, I will see you guys again. I'm not sure when. Mission 2 probably won't be out until January sometime, because I'm pretty busy towards the end of this month. So, there we have it. You guys enjoy playing this campaign if you are at this moment. And keep taffing, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye-bye.